right, folks, what's going on? Let's continue our complete golfer series. So today we're going to actually talk about the engagement of the abs. And that is so important. And the reason why engaging the abs is important, because it tightens up the core, it prepares us for a strike. Because think about it, you know, you swinging the club anywhere from 70 to 125, 130 miles per hour. So that's going to be a collision and impact. So if we tighten the core up, we're going to also protect the spine. And that is so important in golf, for us to protect our spine. So we want to make sure we engage our abs. And I talked to one of my buddies. This is what he does. He does rehabilitation work for athletes. And we had a really good conversation. He said, Doc, he said, Blade, he said, I don't even think people understand how to engage the abs. He said, what you're teaching is spot on. He said, but do they actually know how to engage the abs? And I told him, I said, we want to simplify it. If we can just get clients to start tightening the abs up, right? Not sucking it in. It's a difference. Just tighten the abs up at address position. It's going to make a huge difference. And I got a Henry Griffith 9-wood. I've been looking for a 9-wood forever. I mean, forever. And I finally got one. The guy walked into the driving range and he was like, hey, Blade. He said, here you go. So he handed me a whole set of Henry Griffith clubs, blades, matched blades. And it happened to have a 9-wood in there. So this is going to be my first time hitting it. I'm going to apply the principles. More pressure on the target side, right? Trail elbow awareness, right? You know, torso turn through the strike zone. Engage your glutes, which is very simple to do, just that pulse. It's like you pulsing. Engage the glutes, pulse. And now we're engaging the abs, okay? Here we go. Now I like to engage the abs at address. I have a principle, an acronym, SPP, setup, posture, patience. So the engagement of the abs is going to be in the S portion, in your setup. Man, nice. Like I said, I haven't hit this club at all, and I'm going to hit some out in the direction out there so you can actually see the turn on them. Man, I've been wanting a 9-wood for a long time. Engage the abs. So at address, I engage the abs. Boom. So for me, I feel that tighten up just a little bit, right? The obliques. That's what they're called. The obliques. Engaged. That's a good ball right there. Wow. Yeah, I still have the wow factor, guys. You know, this is why this game keeps bringing me back, because I still have that wow factor. Okay, so let's talk about the medical benefits of engagement of the abs. Again, we touched on it, is what it's going to do. Once you engage the abs, it sucks in around the spine and it becomes a stabilizer where that spine is more protected. And that's what the goal is. We have more back injuries in golf than any other injury. The other high injury is what we call wrist injuries, and those come from two reasons: being too steep and hitting the ground all the time, and the other one is actually hitting the root or hitting something in the ground. All right, so let's talk about engagement of the abs, protecting the spine. It's going to give us a more power base through the strike zone. You can do this as a drill here. Engage the abs, and you have to train it. It just doesn't happen. It's not something you say, hey, I'm going to engage my abs today and make it happen. You actually have to spend a session on it. And I like to do, it's like with the complete golfer, I break it down to 14 weeks because it's 7 principles, right? So in 1 week we have the lesson and the client goes work on it. The next week, the client works on it on their own with the drills. When they come back, we go through an assessment period. If they're ready for the next principle, we go into the next principle. if the client has been persistent and diligent, we can get through the complete golfer in a 14-week period. So here we go again. Engaging the abs. SPP, set up posture patient. My abs are engaged. Woo. My goodness. I see why Dustin Johnson has a 9-wood. And I've wanted one ever since he's been playing one. I wanted a 9-wood ever since he's been playing one because it just makes sense. Okay, let's change the camera view on this one and give you a little thing. I had to grab a towel. Also, we had a bunch of rain, which is good. We complain about it, but it'll be okay. So again, so we set up on it. Remember, we're always implementing our principles also. And I engage the abs in the S part of the SPP. Boom, the abs are engaged right now. Now the abs are not engaged. But I've actually trained this into my swing. So my abs are engaged into pretty much when the ball hits the ground. And that's would be the goal I would have clients work for. So here we go again. Let's wipe these off. Step in. Engage the abs. Abs not engaged. Again, I train it until the ball lands. You're going to work toward it, and that's going to be your goal to get to. But this is a game changer right here. What we're trying to do, we're trying to build a swing that's anatomically correct. We're trying to build a swing that's based on kinesiology. And kinesiology is the study of motion. So if we can improve our motion, what do? We improve our motion efficiency, correct? Here we go again. Engagement of the abs. I mean, absolutely cooking the ball. So this principle is a key. All 7 of these principles are vital to becoming the complete golfer. Again, like I say, if you spend 14 weeks on these principles, 1 week in the lesson process, and then you go work on it, the second week you actually doing the drills and training the body to get into the motion efficiency level, and then you come back and you do the second principle. Guess what? In 14 weeks, you're going to be a complete golfer. Now, here's the key. Is there a strategic way to break these 7 principles down? Is there a building block? I would say definitely yes, there is. There is a system to building these different things into the swing. And you always want to start with training yourself to get more pressure on the target side. That is the first vital thing that you have to train. Once you have that ingrained, then we can add in the other principles. We can engage the glutes, we can engage the abs, we can have trail elbow awareness, we can do the torso turn through the strike zone. We can do all of those things, but none of it works unless we have trained ourselves to have more pressure on the target side. So let's hit one more. And the reason, and the caddy view shows us so much. The caddy view shows us my lateral motion and how I'm moving through the strike zone. Am I getting ahead, right? Where the down the line view shows me path, it shows me hand path, it shows me my lag, which is I'm creating through hand torque and those things like that. Both of them have a distinct purpose. Also, the caddy view lets me know if I'm getting the throw in there. And I thought about adding the throw into the principles, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add an additional bonus track, which is going to be called Torques and Forces, and it's going to be a video on flexion, extension, ulnar deviation, and radial deviation, which are game changers also. Okay, here we go. Last one. Engage the abs. Woo! Good show, folks. Hey, remember, put in the work. The journey does require work. Keep grinding and be persistent. It doesn't happen overnight, but if you have a principle, you have a system, it will work for you. And now you have a system that I developed to become the complete golfer. The 7 principles will make you the complete golfer. Peace, take care, journey.